Hi everyone, welcome to week 4, day 4 of our Build Balance Momentum program. Today's posture of the day is one that I'm sure you've seen a few times, but we're dedicating this practice to it today because it's one that you will encounter a lot in your yoga classes, and that is triangle pose. So when we enter into this pose, we always like to have nice warmed up hamstrings. So we'll be playing around with opening up our hamstrings before the pose today, and then we'll also be playing with revolved triangle pose. So let's get started. We're going to be starting out in child's pose today. So as always, our favorite way to start a practice, with our big toes together, knees open, and let's rest our frontal lobes on the mat. I never told you this, but you are also welcome to rest your arms down at your sides if that's more comfortable as well. But I find I feel a little more balanced and neutralized when I have my arms outstretched. So let's just center our minds, turning our attention towards our breath like always. You are welcome to set an intention for this class or any classes going forward if you haven't been doing them already. Just something that you want to dedicate your practice to, such as being a little more kind to yourself, being a little more open to other people's ideas, or just setting an intention of being a little more present every day, either on the mat or in your home life. So I welcome you to set that intention at this time before we begin our class. And when you're ready, we're going to rise up into tabletop posture. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. We're going to do a couple cat-cows, our favorite. So we're going to inhale as we drop our ribs open, bringing our gaze forward. Exhale, push the mat away as we round out the spine, tucking our chin in towards our chest in cat pose. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, rounding out the spine. Inhale. When you're ready, we're going to tuck our toes and sit back into downward facing dog. Pedal out those legs if you need to. Just get comfortable in this posture. When you're ready, we're going to try some, I'm going to walk my hands forward, try some downward dog mountain climbers. I don't know if can't remember if we've done these yet in our practice. So we're going to ground through our left foot as we inhale our right foot back and exhale, pulling the knee in towards our chest and tapping it to our right elbow before we send it back into three-legged dog. Exhale, let's do it one more time. Inhale back. Exhale, send it back. Or send it toward me. And send it back. Let's do one more actually. Exhale, knee to elbow. Back to three-legged dog. This time we're going to keep our legs straight and send it out to the side, trying to do a wrist tap. So inhale, exhale, tapping it almost to the outside of our right wrist if you can, and sending it back. It's okay if it's like 6 inches to the side, that works just as well. These warm up our core, warm up our wrists. Let's do one more. Pause here a moment. Exhale that knee to chest, pulling that knee or that foot in between our hands, dropping that left knee to the mat. We're gonna straighten out that front leg, peeling those toes off the mat as we come into a half split here. Nice hamstring stretch. Inhale forward, spine long, sinking into that hip. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale back. Let's peel those toes off the mat. Inhale. Pulling our chest in between our arms, sinking in. This time we're going to keep our back toes tucked as we inhale that left knee up. And let's rise up into crescent lunge. Think about lengthening your tailbone down. Sinking into that front leg here. Hips squared to the front of the mat if you can. Shoulders relaxed back. Swing our arms out wide. Let's get a nice shoulder opener. Clasping our hands behind our back. Pulling our shoulder blades together. And exhale as we come into humble crescent lunge. So dropping our chest towards our knee, pulling our shoulders up and back. Let's release our hands to the mat. Gentle hop of our back foot here, so hop it in just a bit, planting it on the mat, straightening out that front leg. I'm gonna bring mine back just a little bit, straightening out that front leg. You can keep your right hand either on the inside of your foot or outside. I like to keep it on the inside. And we're gonna rise up into triangle pose. So opening up through the chest, bring that left hand up wide towards the ceiling, gaze following. Not putting your weight in your bottom hand, but strong leg here. You can keep a nice micro bend in that knee if you need to. Nice. So this is triangle posture. Some people say you should have your hand on the outside of your foot, but I say that it really doesn't matter because you're still getting the nice spinal twist and hamstring stretch either way, regardless of where your hand is. I find it most comfortable on the inside of my foot, but you can put it wherever you would like. Now let's drop that back hand down, come into revolve triangle, again placing it on the inside or outside of your foot, whichever one's most comfortable. This time opening up your right hand to the ceiling. Feeling that hamstring stretch. Let's drop that down, come back up into regular triangle. And let's do a couple quick switches in between them. Spine long as you enter the pose. Let's drop our hands down now to the mat and fold into our front leg for pyramid posture. Feel free to plant your hands on the mat, slowly leaning into that front foot. Maybe that left foot comes to hover.
and see if you can pull it in between your hands. Now, sometimes I come up on my fingertips to do this, but pull it in between your arms towards the front, bending that front or your right leg, and see if you can come down to a seated posture. So it's almost like a modified pistol squat. But then we're gonna squat it back up. So only stay here a moment. Grab your blocks to give yourself some height. You can either put them in the second position, which is this, or you can put them in third position for a little, even more height. I find it's a little more stable to have them in this position though. But we're gonna push the mat away. So let's inhale our spine long. Exhale, push the mat away, squeezing your booty, putting our weight into our right foot. And we're gonna see if we can exhale that left foot back up now and dropping it back down. Walk our hands over. And we are going to repeat this on the other side. So let's come into downward facing dog. Connect with your breath here a moment. Move my blocks out of the way. We're going to do mountain climbers with our left leg now. So ground through that right foot. As you inhale that left foot up into three-legged dog. Exhale, crunch it. So you bring your left knee in towards your left elbow. Exhale it back up. I should say inhale it back up. Deep inhale, exhale. Crunch to your elbow. Inhale back up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale back up. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale back up. This time, keep that leg straight as you bring it to the outside of the left wrist. Exhale. Inhale back up. Exhale it out and over. Inhale back up. Exhale. Inhale back up. Exhale that knee to elbow. And back up. This time, bring your knee in towards your chest and pull that foot in between your hands, dropping into a low lunge. Keeping that back toe, those back toes pointed under. We're gonna sink into this low lunge, sinking our hips in. Exhale, straighten out that front leg as you peel those toes off the mat. You can do a half split, getting a nice hamstring stretch. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Spine long, sinking into your hips. Exhale back. Breathing into that hamstring stretch. Inhale forward. Keeping those back toes tucked. Let's rise up into crescent lunge. Back leg strong, front leg strong. Arms strong, shoulders relaxed back, tailbone lengthened towards the mat. Sweep your hands behind your body, clasping the hands behind your back. Exhale into humble crescent, keeping that front leg strong and engaged. Not sinking your weight fully into that leg, keeping your torso nice and lengthened. Maybe even pulling those shoulders up even more. Exhale, release those hands down. Do a nice hop, just a little one in your back leg in. Straighten out that front leg. Put your hand on the inside or outside of your toes or your foot, whatever one you want. And inhale, lengthening, opening up through the chest, pulling your right hand up towards the ceiling, following it with your gaze into triangle posture. Again, you can keep a nice micro bend in this knee if you need to, but not too much because we do want to get that nice hamstring stretch. I forgot to say, so silly of me, a modification for this pose is to grab a block for this. I should have said that on the first round, I apologize, but whichever way is a little easier for you. We want to try to keep this nice and lengthened and almost parallel to the mat. So one way to do that is if you just don't have that strength or hamstring looseness, is to use a block in this posture. We'll place that back down if you don't need it. So we're going to exhale that right arm to the mat as we inhale our left arm up into revolved triangle. Let's do some light switches here. I like to exhale on the switches, inhaling that arm up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's come into pyramid posture. You can also use a block for this one if you need to. Breathing through this posture. Let's lean forward now, leaning that weight into that left leg as we pop up that right leg and see if you can pistol squat it down. Don't worry, we're not squatting back up on this one. So spine long. We are going to bring our feet, our right foot to join our left foot, pushing down into the mats, pressing our hands on the outside of our hips. We're going to push the mat away, even walking our feet out just a little bit into reverse tabletop. So pushing those hips up towards the ceiling, pushing the mat away with our arms, opening up that chest. And exhale it. Let's see if we can bring our butt in between our arms, hovering it above the mat, toes flexed. Exhale, head back up into reverse tabletop. Bring it up into an L sit, butt hovering, pushing the mat away. Reverse tabletop. I'll sit here and exhale into a reverse tabletop. Feel that chest opening. If you want, you can extend your legs. At this time, I'm gonna walk in so you can see me. Extend your legs. You can either keep your feet flexed, which I find a little more comfortable, or you can try to lengthen them towards the mat. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release your booty to the mat. Bring your knees for a nice knee to chest hug. And let's slowly rock it down into the mat. Extend our legs out. Feel free to bring your left knee in towards the chest. Just do some nice rocking here. Nice hip circles. Reverse on the other side. Extend that leg.
hold it here for a moment. Let's do some nice ankle circles now. You'll hear some snap, crackle, and pops. That is okay, completely normal and healthy. Let's take that right arm and bring that left leg still straight over to the right side. Extend that left arm out. Gaze following your left hand. Get a nice spinal twist here. Let's release. This time extending that leg, bringing that right knee in now for a hug. Extending that leg out straight, holding the hamstrings. Let's do some ankle rolls. Don't worry, I didn't forget about the hip rolls. Well, I did, but we'll do them after. Circle the other side. Let's take that left hand, drop that leg down to the left side, bringing your right arm out and over, following your fingers with your gaze. Keeping that shoulder on the mat. And just returning to your breath. When you're ready, you can release that leg and let's come in with those hip rolls. Let's roll it to the other side. Other direction. Now let's bring your left knee in to join the right knee. Nice full body hug. Pulling your nose in towards your knees. Now release. Let's do a full body stretch. Feet hovering just above the mat. Arms overhead, hovering above the mat as well. And then release for a knee hug. And extend back for a full body stretch. And release. Find your comfy spot for Shavasana now. Connect with your breath. Allow your body to completely lose any tension it's holding on to as you sink deeper into your mat.